same color, baby girl. That's wobble. Top of the day, beautiful people, top of the day. All right, y'all. I am going to share this dream that I had before I start the reading. That's wobble, Isaiah. Yes, yeah. Okay, y'all. Let me write this down real quick. Haven't been getting much sleep. I mean, I've been sleeping, but shall I say I've been waking up earlier and earlier the last week. Like, I'm constantly, like, up at 3 now. And I'm just, like, can't go back to sleep. So, and the dreams are, like, non-stop. Some of them I remember, some of them I don't. This one, I definitely remember. I had a few more dreams. TT, I'm glad you tuned in because one of your children was in it. And a few other people. Actually, you was in a dream. You and him, Aaron. You and him was in the one I had before this one I'm going to share today. But it was a good dream because you both were in your homes. Good morning, Pastor Brenda. You both were in your, I'll just give you an overview real quick. You both were in your homes. I wasn't looking for you because the day was getting darker and I wanted to check on y'all. And when I came into your house, you both were like locked away in the closet. Like, not like, it was like you were hidden, protected, locked away in the closet. But y'all were in, you were in your own closets, you know, which represented, for one, you were protected, you were okay, and you were seeking Yah. Although you understood everything about your life wasn't perfect, you was like, Father, please protect me. Okay, so that was the gist of that dream show, but that's not the one I wanted to share with y'all. Okay, so, and I'm not quite sure, and I was wondering, I was like, Father, does this have anything with what I saw yesterday? Because it was something kind of like it. I shared something with a few of you, and I posted to my page yesterday. Okay. Happy Friday, y'all. It is Friday. Yay. April the 3rd, 2020, day 114, and we will be reading 1 Chronicles 5, 6, and 7. Okay. But yesterday I posted something about a young lady. Her name is Raquel Stroud. I'm not sure if you guys ever heard of her, but I just learned about her recently, and to me, she's clearly a prophet. You know, she's not one of the ones that call herself a prophet, but she's clearly a dreamer, and she sees visions, and she clearly hears the voice of Yah. Because I was going through, I started to scroll a page. I actually found out about it maybe a week ago, because my aunt sent me something. I'm like, who is this? I ain't never heard of her. So I look, I'm like, what she said was very interesting. It looked like some of what Yahuwah said to me and some stuff that I've dreamed about. So I found her, and I went to her page, and I started scrolling. I'm like, oh, Father, she clearly belongs to you. She's one of us. You know. So I was like, okay. So I started following her. It hasn't even been a whole week now. I started following her. And yesterday, something popped up in the feed as I was scrolling Facebook or whatever. And it said that she heard the voice of Yah said to tell the people to anoint yourselves on Friday, April the 3rd at 6 p.m. You know, anoint your head and anoint your homes. That didn't sound like crazy to me because as we were growing up, when we were children, my mom used to always anoint us and anoint the house. And we understood as growing up, it represented the blood of Jesus. She would like anoint us by putting like a cross on our forehead and say the blood of Jesus, you know, or, you know, as I started getting older, I had acne really bad, you know, so she began to anoint me at the top of my head. And I just kind of stuck with that pretty much for the rest of my life. And that's just been a thing. So I understood what she was talking about with anointing and what it represented. Also, we're coming up on Passover, April the 7th. So I'm like, Father, I wonder if they got anything to do with that. I was like, well, I understand what it means. I said, so we're going to just follow suit. You know, although we haven't, and we use, I didn't even realize I had some in my house because I haven't really been doing it for a while, simply because I know my prayers work. Not that we shouldn't or whatever, but, you know, it was like a tangible thing, something that we can like latch onto as we were young, as our mom was teaching us about who Yah was and everything, you know. So the olive oil, and actually the one she had, it was a small, it wasn't this particular brand, it was like Pompeii, Pii, I think that's how you spell it. But she would have the little small one, sometimes the one almost this size, and they just call it the anointing oil. They would get it, and what they would do, we wouldn't use it for cooking, although it's for cooking, but it was fresh pressed extra virgin olive oil. She would just take it and she would pray over it and ask Yahuwah to bless it and sanctify it and set it apart for his use. And that's all we would use it for, to anoint ourselves and to anoint our homes. So when I read that, that wasn't something new or strange to me. I understood it because I grew up doing that, simply because our mama taught us that, And so if we were sick or had something going on with us, she would take the oil and anoint us and she would pray, So that's just a habit we kind of developed growing up. Or she would say, pray the house out. Like, say if somebody was in there having bad dreams or something like that, or get the oil, anoint everybody, anoint the house, let's pray the house out. So we just, my family, those things are not strange to us, and simply because I didn't find anything wrong with it, because whatever it was happening in the house, it would be a complete peace after we did that. We say, I don't know, demon spirits or something in here. We got to pray the house out, so we get it. And after that, there would be a complete peace. Everybody would sleep peacefully, So I'm like, okay, that works. Maybe it wasn't necessarily the oil. Maybe it was just our faith and our prayers that did it. But it was like a tangible thing. Sometimes we need something tangible to kind of latch on to. And even throughout scriptures, we'll see Yahuwah doing that. He'll actually have a horn of oil. And they would pour it over. Yahuwah said, go anoint him and this. So like I said, it wasn't strange to me when I saw that. So I shared it yesterday. And so when I woke up this morning from my dream, I was like, okay, Father, okay, is this a dream that you've given me, or is this a dream based on what I saw yesterday, But as I began to think about the dream more and more while I was woke, it was so much detail in my dream that I don't know. I don't know. Based on, I'm about to share it with you, okay. But I don't know. Maybe she just kind of alerted. But like I said, today, April the 3rd, let me tell you what this represents first. She said, Yahuwah said to tell the people to anoint themselves April the 3rd, 2020 at 6 p.m. Now, mind you, she also fellowships with Israel and everything. And she knows, from what I understand, she knows who true Israel is, but she's not making like a big deal about that or whatever. She's strictly speaking the word of y'all, right? So, but when she said 6 p.m., I understood that the Jewish people or Israel, they use the time 6 p.m. as a solid across the board time where the Sabbath begins. Although we know during the wintertime it gets dark a little earlier, and during the spring and the summertime it gets dark a little later. So we actually observe the Sabbath when the sun actually goes down. If it's winter time and it gets dark at 5, Sabbath, stop everything. We prepare the day before, but when the sun goes down, we stop work, we stop doing all that, and we rest, we eat, and whatever as a family. And if the sun goes down in the spring and the summertime later like it is now, we use that. We got more daytime to get some stuff done that we need to get done. We're out there in our garden or whatever. We need to make some last store runs or whatever so we can get back home, be in the house, and rest. And we take it really seriously because Yahuwah actually tests them. And I'm going to tell you the dream here in a second. I just kind of want to give you a background so you can kind of understand the dream just a little bit. Through here, he said that's one of the 10 commandments. Observe the Sabbath and keep it Kodesh. Kodesh means set apart. So keep it set apart from all the other days. All you were given 6 days to work. This 7th day, set it apart and rest. And that's everybody in the world should be observing that, but they think, oh, that's just a Jewish thing. No, that's a Yah thing. He commanded for the human race. Because if you continue to work daily without a rest, you're going to burn your body out. And you're going to start depleting your immune system. You're going to start getting sick. And you're going to go to the grave early. So that right there, even now with keeping your immune systems up. And even with the people call them the Levitical laws or the Jewish laws. That it's not. Those are Yahuwah's laws. Those are laws for us and our bodies to live by. To keep them in top working order. And the church teaches a lot of times that the law is done away with. Everything is sanctified by prayer. That's foolishness. It's sanctified by prayer. If you pray over it, it's sanctified by prayer, but you can't eat something that Yahuwah told us not to eat. And Father, please bless this ham and cheese sandwich. Make it nourishing to my body, first of all. Pork is not food for the human body. It's not going to nourish your body. It's going to kill your body eventually if you keep on eating it. I know. I was a big lover of bacon. Very, very big lover of bacon. When I found out that we weren't supposed to eat pork, I cut away like pork chops and stuff. But bacon and pepperoni pizza, I had a hard time letting go. So I let go all the other obvious pork things. But I'm like, pepperoni pizza ain't pork, it's pepperoni. But I knew that, but I was justifying, but it was still pork. And you who really convicted me about that big time. But this was years ago. So I stopped eating bacon. I just had to go cold turkey from the bacon and from the pepperoni on my pizza. So since then, I eat veggie pizzas or, cheese pizza or whatever, right? So, like I said, the 6 p.m. when I saw it, I was like, okay, she must be talking about the Sabbath, and tomorrow is the Sabbath. And in the Jewish community, it starts at 6 p.m. day in, day out, every Friday evening. Don't matter whether it's spring, winter, summer, or fall. They just stick with that straight across the board, so it's like everybody knows. But we actually try and stick more with, like, as what we see outside. Okay, sun's going down. That's how we teach our family. That's just how we were taught to do it, right? So I was like, okay. I was like, Father, well, okay, I get that. I was like, I'm not sure if it's more behind that or you just teaching the people just to be obedient and start observing it. Because even if you read back here in the New Testament, something that it said is pray that your flight is not in the winter nor on the Sabbath, right? So that's something that's kind of like always stuck with me as well. So clearly something might happen in the winter and something might happen on the Sabbath, and it could be something happen in the winter on a Sabbath. So, we ain't gonna worry about that because we're gonna be in the house anyway. And we've had a couple instances where things have happened. Think about it. When you're out on Friday nights and Saturdays and stuff, a lot of times that's when the biggest tragedies happen because people out there acting a fool. You who will say, hide yourselves away in your home and I'll keep you. So we keep to that as much as possible now that we know, right? Okay. So that was that, I think. Was that everything? So I can start the dream? Okay. So 6 p.m. Okay, Mom, so yep, Sherry, because the kids wait, Pooh. I'm not gonna get up and get you anymore right now. Just wait 1 second. Her kids, when school was still in, when they were still going to school, they've been homeschooled even before all this stuff shut down. They wanted to go to a football game in Newport News, and it was on a Friday night at Todd Stadium and everything. Everything is not for everybody. You lost 3 people aforementioned. Oh yeah, Jerry, I know. So I don't even say anything about it. I know some people, they just, I get it. I know those who are going to hear are going to hear, but those who not are not, so, but that's not going to stop me from telling you the truth, but to keep you alive if you heed to it, bruh. Yeah, so that particular night was like, well, maybe they was living they still across the world, living in a different place, but they went out there, and you know what happens, and they know, because they had been talking about it. We shouldn't probably go to this game. It's the Sabbath. You know what happened? That night, they went to that game on that Friday. They got to shooting at the game. I kid you not. And they were caught. They was out there like they had got split up because all of them was like, she got teenagers and they were out there. And immediately they knew. They were called. I was like, see, I'm like, and I didn't know till after the fact, but I got alerted to pray. I got like this weepy feeling and stuff. I'm like, what? And so when I get that like weepy feeling, I know immediately to pray. I may not know what to pray about. I'll just start praying. I'm like, Father, I don't understand why I'm feeling like this, but I know when I feel like this, something is going on somewhere with somebody I know, or maybe not even somebody I know, but something that's going to get back to me that I'm connected with somehow. So I just began to pray. So, okay, so that was that. Okay, let me just start telling you this dream. If I get to a part where I forgot to explain something to you, I just say, okay. So in the dream, I was here at my house that I live in right now, and I was down here in my kitchen cooking. I'm always cooking. So I was in here cooking, and I realized that my house was filled with more occupants than my family that actually lives here now. Like my oldest son, Elijah, and his wife, and his family was here in my house, and it seemed like my house expanded somehow for them to all have rooms here. And I couldn't understand it, but I just understood that this is how it was, and they were protected here, right? So I understood him and his Elijah and Tara, they were here, and there was a room for them, and they were there, but they were still up there asleep, and it was early morning, and I hopped up. Thank you, baby. And I hopped up, and because I knew it was day of preparation, and it was a Friday, and I knew that my husband had to go to work, because I knew, well, you know, you have some essential workers. We're / kind of essential workers because of what we do with the furniture building and sometimes in the medical facilities and stuff, you know. So I was like, okay. And I asked him, I said, you think you're going to be able to make it back home before the sun goes down? He said, yeah, I should be able to. I was kind of feeling like, ooh, I don't know if he's going to make it back, you know. So I grabbed the oil, you know. I had the oil on top of my refrigerator. I grabbed the oil. I'm like, Father, I'm going to anoint him before he goes, just in case he don't make it back in the house before the sun actually goes down, just keep him safe, you know. So he was doing like his normal thing. So I was in there, and food was cooking on my stove like early in the morning. And so I got the oil and I anointed my hands. I'm like, Father, what should I pray? You know, so he came down the stairs, and, you know, I kissed him like I always do. And I said, give me your hands. And he gave me his hands, and I just began to rub the oil in his hands. And I said, Father, please keep him protected while he's out there. And I said, fill him with your power. I said, bring him back home before the sun goes down. I said, but if he doesn't make it back, I said, keep him protected until he can get here, you know. And so that was that. I said the blessing. He left out. And as he left out, Pastor Brenda, this is where, you know, your son, his wife, TJ, but his wife and I realized that they were living here too. And I'm like, okay. I wasn't shocked when I saw her come down the stairs, because in a dream, I knew they were here. And so she came down the stairs, and I said, hey, I said, you hungry? She said, no, not really. I was like, okay. I said, well, I'm cooking. She said, okay. She just walked through the house. You know, like you get up in the morning, you come down the stairs in your house. It was just a normal thing. And she, you know, went down and everything. And so I'm standing there cooking, and I'm in there. And then I thought about, and for some reason, it seemed like the day sped up just a little bit, and we were halfway through the day. It just sped up just that quick. But as it was speeding up, it was weird. As it was speeding up, I saw Michelle come back through the house and go back up the stairs. And so, it was probably about 2, maybe 3 in a dream. And my nephew, Aaron, he used to live here with us for a couple years, but he went to stay back home with his mom, like, it was last year, sure. So, but in the dream, he was still back here. In this particular dream, he was back here living in the house. And he said, Aunt Pam, I'm going to go over to the basketball court for a little bit. I said, okay, make sure you're back here before the sun goes down. He said, yes, ma'am, I know. Sabbath is coming. I'm going to be here. So he left out, but he was covered. And he had on like a hoodie, but he was covered, you know, like, and he had on this color hoodie, but his head, he was covered, right? And so he went out, and I noticed, and I saw myself moving around in the kitchen, and I'm cooking, and then I was like, let me go ahead and begin to anoint the children and anoint my house. So I got the oil, and I began to anoint the house, and I began to anoint all my children. I'm like, Father, protect us, protect them. And I say, and let your power flow. And that was the prayer that I was praying. Like, I didn't have to think about it. I took their hands and I anointed hands. I began to rub the oil in on them and everything. I said, protect us, protect them. I said, and let your power flow through them, and let your anointing be seen upon their lives. And that was the prayer, right? And so that was that. And then it was about, I knew the time. Then Michelle and her husband TJ walked down the stairs. They were fully dressed and they were about to go out the door. They said, we'll be back. We're going to go out and do a couple things. And I looked at them, and I looked at my kitchen at the time, and the time said like 4:47 p.m. And I thought to myself, the sun is going to be going down soon. Y'all leaving out kind of late. That was my thought. I didn't say it to them, but that's how I looked, and they were just looking at me. I said, you guys think you're going to make it back here before the sun goes down? They said, yeah, we should. But I didn't feel like they were, not that I felt bad, but I was like, I'm thinking y'all kind of cutting it close. There was no reason to believe that they weren't going to make it back in time. So I was like, but what I said, those were the thoughts in my head. Then I said, and I was like, okay, what can I say just to kind of jog their memory, just to make sure they're aware of the time? So I said, you guys think you're going to be back before sundown? I want to make sure I'm cooking enough for everybody. She was like, well, yeah, we should be. I was like, okay. But I didn't anoint them before they went out the house, but they were also covered. They also had hoods, and I realized that they were covered. So they left out, and I looked at the time. I was like, okay, I need to make sure Aaron gets back in the house. And then Jeremiah comes walking down the stairs. And what I realized with my children in my dreams, depending on who it is, because all of my children have biblical names, I know, like a lot of times when they just pop up, I need to go to that book and read, so I meditate on that book and listen to it and read it all day. So Jeremiah, this particular time, and I'm not sure if y'all seen Jeremiah lately, but, Jeremiah's head is covered in dreads. His dreads are longer than mine. So he come down the stairs. He said, Mom, where's Aaron? The sun is about to go down. What? Hey, let her, can she play with it for a few minutes?
That's Josh's. He built
But
it.
is Joshua still asleep?
No.
Okay, did Joshua ask for it?
Josh.
Okay, go talk to Josh about that. He said we need to get. Hey, chill, Isaiah. Okay, let her leave her alone. Let her play with it until Joshua wants it. Okay, so he said the sun is about to go down. We need to make sure Aaron gets in the house. I said he went down to the basketball court. Go ahead and get him. But when he left out, Aaron came in. And he must have missed him, and they didn't see each other. So when Aaron came in, he's like, all right, I'm paying my back. I said, come here. I said, hold your hands out. And so I took his hands, and I began to rub the oil in his hands. I said, Father, thank you for your protection. Continue to protect him. And I said, and let your power flow through his life. I said, let your anointing rest upon him and flow through his life. And he said, thank you. And he walked upstairs. And so I was like, okay. And that was the prayer that I was praying over everybody. It was like I could feel it. And so I looked out. I was like, okay. Maybe like 15, 20 minutes had passed. The basketball court is like just down the street. So I opened up the door and I looked and I seen Jeremiah. He was across the street because we live right across the street from the high school. And there's like a tennis court right there. And he was sitting on the curb. Hey, chill. He was sitting on the curb like on the ground with his legs stretched out in the street, just kind of like looking down. I said, hey, did you find Aaron? Me forgetting that Aaron came in after he went out looking for him. It didn't dawn on me that he was already in the house. He said, no, I went to the basketball court to get him. And he said there was a group of guys out there playing. He said before I could even open my mouth to tell him, let's go, we got to get in the house. There was a guy out there that had, I guess, like, how the point guard has the ball. They was out there playing. The point guard stopped with the ball. He just boldly opened his mouth and he began to ridicule anybody who was going in the house. And Jeremiah said he just looked at him. And he said, for all those church people and all those who believe in the Bible and something, and I don't remember the rest of what it was, he was pretty much mocking and ridiculing him, although Jeremiah hadn't even opened his mouth. He just was there. But they knew who Jeremiah was. And Jeremiah said when he was gonna call for Aaron, he still didn't get a chance to open his mouth. Then the dude opened his mouth again and began to ridicule him. And he just left the park. And he came and he sat on the curb, contemplating how I'm going to get my cousin. But he didn't realize Aaron had already been back in the house. And so when he sat there, after he finished telling me what had happened, I'm like, wait a minute, Jeremiah. Aaron came in the house when you left, so come on, don't worry about that. I said, just get in the house. No, it wasn't that yet. I said, no, that didn't come yet. I said, okay, get in the house. I'm going to go get him myself. It didn't dawn on me that Aaron had already come back in the house. I said, okay, come in the house. I'll go get him myself. And so when he came in the house, I don't know what I had, but I had something on me. Not, when I say something on me, I don't exactly know what it was. It was like, maybe like a book bag or a coat or a cloak or something covering me. But when I looked down at myself, I just saw my clothes, but there was something that had me covered that I knew was there. So I went out, I walked down the stairs of my porch, and I went to my truck, and I was like, oh, I left my keys. And so when I went back and I checked the door was locked, so I was like, I'm going to have to knock on the door. He said, don't, look. And so I turned back around. My car keys was already in the door of my truck. So I was like, and I just did, and I'm like, when did I leave my keys outside of the house in the door of my truck? Then I just I don't remember doing that. So I just figured y'all just had him appear there because I was locked out of my house anyway because I locked it, because I was going out of the house. I always lock the door when I go out and close it. So I just walked to the truck, and I was just, when I put my hands on the keys, I was just going to turn it, open it so I can get in. And he said, when I put my hands on the keys, he said, don't leave. Go back in the house. Aaron is already in. And then I remember Aaron had come in before Jeremiah went out. I was like, oh, that's right. So I locked my truck back up, went to the door, opened the door, and came in the house and closed it. But by that time, when I had actually went out the house, I noticed that it had gotten darker a lot faster. So you know how it's like not light anymore. It's almost like not dark, but it's about to get dark. It's kind of like just like gray, but like it's gonna be dark in like 20 minutes. It was like that. And so I was relieved that Yahuwah reminded me Aaron already came in the house, because I really didn't want to go, but I couldn't leave him out there, and the sun was about to go down, and it was the Sabbath. So came back in the house, and I was just waiting. I'm like, Father, please let my husband get here before the sun goes completely down. And that was it. So that was the dream that I wanted to share with you. And I shared the beginning part of the dream ahead of time so you can kind of understand. Okay, I'll get it in a minute. Somebody dropping off a package. So I wanted to share that dream because, there's a lot of spiritual significant meaning to it. And it reminds us to keep Yah's commands, get in the house, and it's with everything that's going on, and with the coronavirus, and we cannot deny. I mean, you got a couple things going on. A flu-like pandemic, which is the coronavirus, and then you got the people talking about the 5G and the radiation from it, because the symptoms of radiation and the virus, they mimic one another. So I don't doubt that there's a compilation of both the things going on. You got some people out here saying it's a hoax, but we cannot deny the people that we're seeing die. My sister have seen a couple people die in the hospital from this, and it's people we know that have passed away from this. And then you got the president. I'm saying the next couple weeks are going to get worse and stuff. And I'm just thinking, I'm like, okay, we know what time it is all together. With not just this, but the compilation of everything going. This is happening all around the world. The locusts and the fires and the floodings and the livestock dying, the different pestilences and everything that we see. And it's been happening for years, but it's been like a buildup of all of these things, and like the end of the 400 years of the captivity of the daughter of Zion, and the revealing of who the true sons and daughters of Yahuwah is. All that stuff is coming to a head right now, and it's like building up. Yes.
The thing for the computer mouse.
Hey, it's chill, y'all. It's building up and it's coming to a head. And a lot of people are getting really scared, and they don't know what's going on. And there's some people that have never been raised in the church, or people that have totally walked away from the church. I'm not one who's walked away from the church. I just walked away from the foolishness of the church to seek Yah myself. And it's like when I did that, because it was like a time I was like, Father, I don't want my children growing up in a bunch of foolishness. I said, if I don't know anything else, I know you exist. Simply because of supernatural things I've experienced in my life and just different things. I was like, so I want you to teach me, because there's a scripture that tells us, in Old and New, he said, you would need no man to teach you anything, but I myself will teach you, and that's a part also of the new covenant. He said the new covenant will be not like what I gave to your ancestors or your forefathers, where I wrote my words and my commands on tablets. He said, but the new covenant is, I am going to take my commands and I'm going to write them on your heart. And everyone shall know me, from the least to the greatest, right? That's what it says. Although sometimes the church teaches us a little bit different, that's what Yah says. And I can see that happening, what Yah says. So you have to be able to remove the leaven that's been added in, so if you just kind of jump around, you don't get like the whole story. Hey, chill, y'all. You don't get like, hey, what I say? I said chill.
I want.
Hey, everybody cut it off. Cut it off. Because I bet none of y'all done washed y'all face or brush y'all teeth or nothing. Cut it off. Cut it off. Everybody, y'all go upstairs and get yourself together.
Never wants me to play
Josiah.
a game.
Y'all, excuse the noise in my background. I'm going to pluck them first thing this morning. Chill out. So, but people are crying out. There's like, what's going on? They don't understand what's going on. You got the essential workers out there. They're just kind of they're like out there on the front lines, and everybody that's still out there, it's like, you know, and I'm praying and I'm seeing stuff, and it's like, it's you know how, okay, you know how all y'all done been to church, you know, so you know how we cry out, y'all bring your judgment, but when a judgment falls, it's like, oh God, please stop, you know, because these are human beings, these are lives that are being lost, and it's heart-wrenching, you know, and you're like praying. And once Yah starts, he said, I'm not going to stop till I say it is enough, you know, because, and I'm looking at you like, see the hearts of people, and it's like, it's like a hard thing to watch, you know, so I'm constantly praying for people, and, you know, you speak the truth to people, what's really going on here, and you try to explain to some people understand, some people don't, some people mock you and ridicule you, but it's like, you know, I mean, what else do you want me to say? You know, and it's not what I give them. It's like, oh, super spiritual. I try to get like facts and proof and things where it can be proven so you can actually see, look, you can go look at this here, this. And don't deny what you can see with your very own eyes, you know. So it's those things that I try to help people stay abreast of when they're looking for answers. I just try to tell them the truth as I know it, and what Yah has shown me and what I know to be the truth, you know, and not just something that I think, because if I'm not too sure about something, I tell you, I was like, I'm not too sure about this just yet, but, you know, I'll share it with you if I feel like it's something that you need to know. I'm still looking into it. Maybe you can help me look into it or whatever. I was like, but, you know, like I said, I'm not sure. I'm still looking into it. I'll let you know, whatever, and let me know if you find out something else. But that was it, y'all. So I wanted to tell you the dream because this is April the 3rd, and we are going into the Sabbath here at sundown. You know, the sun is shining right through here. So just be mindful of that. You know, if you know, like I said, you guys are probably know. Like I said, when I explained the anointing oil and everything, you know, but the oil represents if you read through here, it represents the actual anointing of Yah and the power. And when he sets things in order, or he sets people in different positions, he normally anoints them with oil. But back here in the New Testament, it tells you if there is someone sick, anoint them with the oil and pray for them, and call for the elders and stuff like that. But also in Passover, and something I began to learn when I started keeping the feast and learning about Passover, and you know how he tells you to on Passover to put the blood of the lamb on the doorpost of the home. I started thinking about it as I was going. I was like, oh, we used to say, Mama used to know to say the blood of Jesus, you know, anoint us. I was like, also that represent the lamb's blood. You know, you get the gist of where this going, right? You know, so that's something that, like I said, we grew up doing, so I kind of understood it. So when I saw her post that, it wasn't something strange to me, you know, because I grew up doing it and I understand what it represents, you know. So I said all that to say, be mindful, keep y'all's commands, and when the sun goes down, it will be the Sabbath, guys. Not just because COVID-19 is out there and it's probably getting worse, or radiation, but because y'all said, set apart the Sabbath. Keep it. Stay home. Rest. And when you go through here, when you read about it, he said no one is to leave their homes on the Sabbath to do anything, not to go get food or anything. And matter of fact, he said on the 6th day, I will provide enough for the 7th day. And when he told him that, don't anybody go out, he said every day, when you go out, get only enough for your household. Don't get more than what is sufficient for your household. Don't get any less. So bigger households would gather more. Smaller households would gather less. And he said if you go out and you hoard on days 1 through 5, he said when you get up in the morning, it's not going to be any good anyway. It's going to be maggots, and that's what happened. A few people tested him. He said, the people are not listening, and they're not trusting my word. So when he got up, the food was spoiled. And same thing, he said, all right, on the Sabbath, he said, when you go out to gather food for your household, gather enough for the seventh day. There's going to be enough. I made provisions. There's enough out here for every single household to gather 2 days' work, and it will not spoil, so it will be okay on the Sabbath. On the seventh day, so you can have it for your family, so you can eat 2 days. And they went out and they did it. Some disobeyed. They tried to gather more, and Yahuwah kind of got pissed when he said, how long will you not follow my directions? But he was, in doing this, he was teaching them how to be obedient, how to hear his voice, and how to be obedient, because that's something we need to be about. We should have been developing it already, because in these days to come, Tara, no, because he's been telling us for a while, like, if you just stocking up now, we're like last moment scrambling, stocking up now, because I don't want to scare anybody, but things are going to get worse. And y'all's been preparing us for that. Yeah, that's different, Tara. He's telling us, go ahead, this, and this. And think about it. Those of us who hear and heed Yahuwah's words, we're always taken care of. Woo! Sorry, funny. But he always makes provisions for us. Even sometimes when we think we're short. Like I said, when we started keeping the commands, we realized we weren't falling short in places anymore. It blows our mind how things just line up and get us through, and we have like an overabundance where we can help other people. So it's like, man, I'm telling you, and I be trying to tell people, keep his commands. Like, you lose friendships with time. Return to y'all's commands. There is nothing hard about this. I know what the church tell you is done away with, is summed up in this in love. Okay, but what is love? Love is keeping y'all's commands. Even the New Testament tells you that. Like I said, some teachers will cherry pick stuff, but they'll stop at certain places and won't keep going so you can get the full interpretation. He said, what is love? Love is keeping my commands. Those who love me keep my commands. How can you love somebody properly if you don't know how to love him? And he taught us how to love him all the way back here through the New Testament, gave us examples of how to do it and how not to do it. So that's why it's really pertinent that we understand the details of how to love and not just be out there, I love you, sis. But, your love is tested when hard times come. And if you don't have anything to latch onto or to go back to when to kind of walk through to keep you solid, you just out there willy-nilly and you scared running around like a chicken with your head cut off. I know that from personal experience. And I remember I told y'all last year, I said, y'all, the more I began to read through this, it seemed like something inside of me like locked down. You ever seen Doors in a movie where when it shuts like steel doors and it shows you like the inside how it works, and you got the metal bars that go into the slots and it lock in and like airtight doors? I said that's the only way I can describe it. It felt like I was locked solid, and I had dreams where it seemed like my house was protected and gates were going around and it was locked down solid. That was like the only way I can explain it. And reading through it and understanding as it is, not trying to hey, stop it. I'm sorry. Okay. And I ain't started my reading yet. So it makes you solid. It keeps you from being all extra super spiritual and super spooky spiritual, and being all over the place and really having no foundation in you. It's just like you're like scripture. You're out there all over. You say something, you're just all over the place. But this makes you solid. Hey, 1 second. Everybody, get out of my kitchen. Get out. No, get out. Nope. Go upstairs.
On the computer.
Take that up there.
On
No.
the computer.
Y'all doing the most. I'm not even gonna cut that on. The rest of y'all go upstairs. Joshua's the only one quiet. Okay. All right, y'all. So with that being said, okay. Tara said, did you ever check out the Bible Project YouTube channel? Because I've been using that before I read each book in the Bible, but I don't want to keep watching it if it's wrong. It hasn't been so far. I can't always catch your videos. I've watched them. They're pretty good. Just give you a good summation of everything. It really is, Tara. And it's really just, it's not going through giving you like its own interpretation. It's literally summing it up as you read it. So I like that. The Bible Project is really good. Yes. Okay, yep, go upstairs. Excuse me. All right, y'all. So that was it. Just, like I said, with everything going on, keep y'all's commandments as much as you possibly can, as much as you know to do. And when you're missing something or you're not quite sure, he is always faithful to nudge you and let you know, hey, look at this. At least I know personally with me and those that I know that are truly trying to do what's right and keep his commands, because if things get worse and this thing gets more airborne like they said, and they telling you like not to go out your house. I don't know if there's a scare tactic or what, but we know if we're hey stop, if we're keeping y'all's command. No, not coming right now. Wait a minute. What do you need? If we keep his commands and we're keeping our immune systems up like the laws tell us to, by eating appropriately and putting the right things in our body, our immune system will stay up, and when stuff happens, it won't attack us. That's why a lot of people, they may test positive, but they experience no symptoms because their immune system is high enough to where it doesn't affect it. It fights it off. It fights it off in a way where they're not affected at all. So I think that's all I want to say for today. And that was a dream, y'all. So sorry it took so long and the interruptions with the children. But let's go ahead and do the reading. So, because my kids just going to get a little bit louder. They're about to do us like the people in the Philippines. Whew, Tara, I don't know if y'all saw that, but I shared it. Yeah, they're not playing in the Philippines because they on lockdown over there. And if they're not complying with the lockdown order, the president of the Philippines, he got up there. They was doing an update news and everything. And they said if people are not complying and they're out in the streets and they're giving the officers a hard time and they're not going back in the house, he said, when I heard about it, I was like, I need to find this for myself. He said, shoot them dead. I'm like, y'all better get in the house. They ain't playing. So, I mean, I get it, but like, I don't know. I guess some people still think it's a joke or it's a hoax or whatever. People are dying. And it's a hard thing. It's heart-wrenching. And a lot of time it doesn't become real to people till somebody they know passes. And y'all forbid that happens to anybody you know. But we've had friends, their family members that they've passed in the last couple days from this. Yeah, Bella, no, I'm not. Go back home. What do you need? What do you need? Hey, what do you need me to do? Give me 1 second, guys. Let me just get us some strawberries or something. I'm sorry. Our state is not on lockdown, but y'all got a curfew, right, Trina? What was trying to get? Okay, well, leave it there. I'll help you get it up in a minute. Oh, you about to come get her. Girl, she doing the most. Okay, all right, y'all. Okay, so our reading is 1 Chronicles 5, 6, and 7. Now the sons of Reuben, the firstborn of Israel, for he was the firstborn, but forasmuch as he defiled his father's bed, his birthright was given unto the sons of Joseph, the son of Israel, and the genealogy is not to be reckoned after the birthright. Okay, yeah, Trina, y'all on lockdown. Something I wanted to say about the dream that I've already explained if you're just coming in. In the dream, it seemed like there was, because we saw that it was getting dark and we had to get in the house, there was some impending something that was about to take place. That's why it was so pertinent that we got in the house. That I don't know if I said that, but I just thought about it. As I saw it, the time was progressing, and I saw it. Then I saw the time. It was like 2 or 3. Then later it was like 4:47 when they were walking out the house. Like, why are you leaving out so late? Then the time that I saw when Jeremiah came back in the house, and I was about to go get him, and I saw it was darker. It was like something. I'm not exactly sure, but there was something impending that was about to happen, and we had to be in the house, so we know that by keeping y'all's command, he keeps us. And like if you're outside, if you're not following the command, when when things hit the fan and you're kind of outside of that covering, because if you're not where he told you to be, when that happens, that's your own life that's at stake there, you know. So that's why it's like, you know, so that's why I really wanted to share that. So I'm like, really listen to the voice of y'all. Like, if y'all are not fasting,
Pick up.
you want me to pick you up? If y'all are not fasting, I would really recommend that y'all amp that up. Start fasting. Even if you fast a meal or something, whatever y'all leads you to do, you know, because it's going to help clear you up where you can hear him, right? And what you need to be doing right now for you and your household, seriously. So, didn't I give you some Carmex, little girl? For your lips? Okay. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and finish reading. First Chronicles chapter 5. I just read verse 1, so I'm going to start at 2. For Judah prevailed above his brethren, of him came the chief ruler, but the birthright was Joseph's. The sons, I say, of Reuben, the firstborn of Israel, were Hanok and Palu, Hezron and Carmi. The sons of Joel, Shemaiah his son, Gog his son, and Shimei his son, Micah his son, Rei his son, Baal his son. Bella, stop. I need you to stop, okay?
Mom, come right here.
Bera his son, whom Tiglath-Pileser, king of Assyria, carried away captive. He was prince of the Reubenites, and his brethren by their families, when the genealogy of their generations was reckoned, were the chief, Jael and Zechariah. And Bela, the son of Azaz, the son of Shema, the son of Joel, who dwelt in Arar, even unto Nebo and Baal Meon. And eastward he inhabited unto the entering in of the wilderness from the river Euphrates, because their cattle were multiplied in the land of Gilead. And in the days of Shaul, they made war with the Hagarites, who fell by their hand, and they dwelt in their tents throughout all the east land of Gilead. And the children of Gad dwelt over against them in the land of Bashan until Salcah. Joel the chief, and Shapham the next, and Janai and Shaphat in Bashan. And their brethren of the house of their fathers were Michael, and Meshullam, and Sheba, and Jorai, and Jachan, and Zia, and Heber, 7. If y'all didn't know, guys, we'll be reading through this right here, the Chronicles. Some of this is a lot of genealogy, so bear with me. These are the children of Abihail, son of Huri, the son of Jeroah, the son of Gilead, the son of Michael, the son of Jeshishai, the son of Jado, the son of Buz, Ahai, the son of Abidel, the son of Guni, chief of the house of their fathers. And they dwelt in Gilead and Bashan, and in their towns, and in all the suburbs of Sharon upon their borders. All these were reckoned by the genealogies in the days of Jotham, king of Judah, and in the days of Jeroboam, king of Israel. The sons of Reuben and the Gadites, and half the tribe of Manasseh, of valiant men, men able to bear buckler and sword, and to shoot with the bow, and skillful in war, were 44,703 that went out to war. And they made the war with the Hagarites, and Jesher, and Naphish, and Nodab. Hey, listen, get down. Get down. Give me a second, y'all. Y'all get down, Bella. Look. You go in here with your brothers. I'm going to see what says with Dad.
Mom, the computer.
Sorry, y'all. Sorry. Okay. Verse 20. And they were helped against them, and the Hagarites were delivered into their hand, and all that were with them. For they cried to Yahuwah in battle, and he was with them. And he was with them. And he entreated of them, because they put their trust in him. And they took away their cattle and their camels 50,000, and of sheep 250,000, and of asses 2,000, and of men 100,000. For there fell down many slain, because the war was of Yahuwah. And they dwelt in their steads until the captivity. And the children of the half tribe of Manasseh dwelt in the land, and they increased from Bashan until Baal Hermon and Senir, and unto Mount Hermon. And these were the heads of the house of their fathers, even Epher, and Ishi, and Eliel, and Azrael, and Jeremiah, and Hodiah, and Jadiel, mighty men of valor, famous men, and heads of the house of their fathers. And they transgressed against Yahuwah, the God of their fathers, and went a whoring after the gods of the people of the land, whom Yahuwah destroyed before them. And the God of Israel stirred up the spirit of Pul, king of Assyria, and the spirit of Tiglath-Pileser, the king of Assyria, and he carried them away, even the Reubenites and the Gadites, and the half-tribe of Manasseh, and brought them unto Halah, and Habor, and Harah, and unto the river Gozan unto this day. And I actually highlighted that because here's what we see again, where when Yahuwah's people turn away from him, he activates other nations, heathen nations, to come take his people away because they wouldn't obey the laws of the land and wouldn't obey the commands. It says, and Yahuwah, the God of Israel, stirred up the spirit of Pul, the king of Assyria, the spirit of Tiglath-Pileser, king of Assyria, and he carried them away, carried his children, carried the Israelites away, even the Reubenites and the Gadites and the half-tribe of Manasseh, and he brought them unto Halah and Habor and Harah unto the river of Gozan unto this day. 2 Chronicles chapter 6. Wait a minute. I'm sorry. 1 Chronicles chapter 6. The sons of Levi, Gershon, Kohath, and Merari, and the sons of Kohath, Amram, Izhar, and Hebron, and Uzziel, the children of Amram, Aaron, and Moses, and Miriam, the sons also of Aaron, Nadab, and Abihu, Eleazar, and Ithamar. Guys, bear with me because this chapter is 81 verses. Yep, it's a lot of genealogy. Eleazar begat Phinehas, Phinehas begat Abishua, and Abishua begat Buki, and Buki begat Uzi. Uzi begat Zerahiah, and Zerahiah begat Marioth. Marioth begat Amariah, and Amariah begat Ahitub. And Ahitub begat Zadok, and Zadok begat Ahimaaz. And Ahimaaz begat Azariah, and Azariah begat Johanan. And Johanan begat Azariah. He it is that executed the priest's office in the temple that Solomon built in Jerusalem. And Azariah begat Amariah, and Amariah begat Ahitub. And Ahitub begat Zadok, and Zadok begat Shullam. And Shullam begat Hilkiah, and Hilkiah begat Azariah. It's a lot of Azariahs. And Azariah begat Sariah, and Sariah begat Jehozadak. And Jehozadak went into captivity when Yahuwah carried away Judah and Jerusalem by the hand of Nebuchadnezzar. See how it says when Yahuwah carried them away by the hand of wicked nations, the king of Babylon. So Yahuwah said, I create good, I create evil. So when we see things happening, Yahuwah's hand is directly behind it to cause everything to work together how he created it to. Sometimes we may not be able to see that with our eyes, and a lot of times we're like, well, where is God? Where is God in all of this? He's been there the entire time. You probably just been blinded to what's been going on because of what you're dealing with personally. All right? Verse 16, the sons of Levi, Gershom, Kohath, and Merari. And these be the names of the sons of Gershon, Libni and Shimei. And the sons of Kohath were Amram and Izhar and Hebron and Uzziel. The sons of Merari, Mali and Mushi. And these are the families of the Levites according to their fathers. Of Gershon, Libni his son, Jahath his son, Zimmah his son, Joah his son, Iddo his son, Zerah his son, Turai his son. The sons of Kohath, Aminadab his son, Korah his son, Aser his son, Elkanah his son, and Ibiasaph his son, and Aser his son, Tahath his son, Uriel his son, Uzziah his son, and Shaul his son. And the sons of Elkanah, Amasai and Ahimoth. For Elkanah, the sons of Elkanah, as for Elkanah, the sons of Elkanah, Zophai his son, and Nahath his son, Eliab his son, Joram his son, Elkanah his son. And the sons of Samuel, the firstborn, Vashni and Abiah. The sons of Merari, Mali, Libni his son, Shimei his son, and Uzzah his son. Shemiah his son, Haggiah his son, Asaiah his son. And these are they whom David set over the service of song in the house of Yahuwah after that the ark had rest. And they ministered before the dwelling place of the tabernacle of the congregation with singing until Solomon had built the house of Yahuwah in Jerusalem. And then they waited on their office according to their order. And these are they that waited with their children of the sons of the Kohathites: Heman the singer, the son of Joel, the son of Shemuel, the son of Elkanah, the son of Jeroham, the son of Eliel, the son of Toah. Hey, shush.
They go sleep me.
The son of Zuph, the son of Elkanah. I'm reading, Zay. Stop. Wait a minute. The son of Mahath. I'll log into it when I'm done. Y'all need to be quiet. I know I'm taking forever because y'all keep interrupting me, Isaiah. Bye.
Why did you restart?
I didn't restart. Move, boy.
You're going.
Listen, you want to finish reading? Then go on and sit down. Go on and sit
I'm
down.
gonna get up then.
The son of Zuph, the son of Elkanah, the son of Mahath, the son of Amasai. I'm sorry, y'all. The son of Elkanah. Hey! I'm going to send everybody upstairs. Chill out. I'm almost done. Gosh, I'm sorry. The son of Tohath. Thank you, babe. Dad, everybody, go upstairs. Dad, everybody say go. Go. You too. Time, baby. Go. Go. No, you're not. Go. Yep. Yeah, your brother's got you in trouble. You got to go too. Go ahead. Go ahead. All right. Go. Go. Go, Josiah. Go, Josiah. Go. Josh, go back to the computer. Josh was actually being quiet, babe. I'm going to let him stay. Go.
I'm being quiet.
Go upstairs. Guys, I'm sorry. Thank you, TT. Girl. All right. Dad called you. Yep. Go. The son of Tahath, the son of Asir, the son of Ibisaph, the son of Korah, the son of Ishar, the son of Kohath, the son of Levi, the son of Israel. And his brother Asaph, who stood on his right hand, even Asaph, the son of Berechiah, the son of Shimea, the son of Michael, the son of Baasiah, the son of Malchiah, the son of Ethni, the son of Zerah, the son of Adiah, the son of Ethan, the son of Zimmah, the son of Shimei, the son of Jahath, the son of Gershom, the son of Levi. And their brethren, the sons of Merari, stood on the left hand: Ethan, the son of Kishi, the son of Abdi, the son of Maluk, the son of Hashabiah, the son of Amaziah, the son of Hilkiah, the son of Amzi, the son of Bani, the son of Shamer, the son of Mali, the son of Mushi, the son of Merari, the son of Levi. Their brethren, also the Levites, were appointed unto all manner of service of the tabernacle of the house of Yahuwah. But Aaron and his sons offered up upon the altar the burnt offering and on the altar of incense, and were appointed for all the work of the place of the most holy, and to make atonement for Israel, according to all that Moses, the servant of Yahuwah, had commanded. And these are the sons of Aaron: Eleazar his son, Phinehas his son, Abishua his son, Buki his son, Uzi his son, Zerahai his son, Meriroth his son, Amariah his son, Ahitub his son, Zadok his son, and Ahimaaz his son. And it's repeating Aaron's sons through here, as it said it earlier in this chapter. Now these are their dwelling places throughout their castles and their coasts of the sons of Aaron, the family of the Kohathites, for theirs was the lot. And they gave them Hebron in the land of Judah, and the suburbs thereof round about it. But the fields of the city and the villages thereof they gave to Caleb the son of Jephunneh. And the sons of Aaron they gave the cities of Judah, namely Hebron, the city of refuge, and Libnah with her suburbs, and Jatir and Eshtemoa with their suburbs, and Highland with her suburbs, Dibir with her suburbs, and Ashan with her suburbs, and Beth Shemesh with her suburbs. And out of the tribe of Benjamin, Geba with her suburbs, and Alimeth with her suburbs, and Anamoth with her suburbs, and all their cities throughout their families were 13 cities. And unto the sons of Kohath, which were left of the family of that tribe, were cities given out of the half tribe, namely out of the half tribe of Manasseh, by lot, 10 cities. And to the sons of Gershom throughout their families, out of the tribe of Issachar, and out of the tribe of Asher, and out of the tribe of Naphtali, and out of the tribe of Manasseh, and Bashan, 13 cities. Unto the sons of Merari were given by lot throughout their families, out of the tribe of Reuben, and out of the tribe of Gad, out of the tribe of Zebulun, 12 cities. Okay, if you haven't caught on to what it's saying, remember the Levites didn't get a portion of land, because everything that was Yahuwah's, that the people gave to Yahuwah in turn gave to the Levites. So they didn't get a lot of a portion of land, but within each tribe, we had the Levites spread out. Remember, the Levites are the priests, right? And they are the ones that send up the prayers and offerings for all the other tribes on their behalf, right? So the Levites were scattered out within each of the other 11 tribes, and within those tribes, like the tribe of Judah, all the land that they had allotted to them, as well as Naphtali and Gad and Dan, within their cities, they gave cities to the Levites where they dwelt. Get it? Okay, so the Levites weren't given land by Yahuwah, but Yahuwah commanded the other tribes to allot them portions of their land because they were there. I hope that makes sense. So they had land within the other tribe where they were stationed at to be priests. They had land there that was given to them by that particular tribe, so they would have places to live. Okay. And the children of Israel gave the Levites these cities within their suburbs, and they gave by lot out of the tribe of the children of Judah, and out of the tribe of the children of Simeon, and out of the tribe of the children of Benjamin, these cities which were called by their names. And the residue of the families of the sons of Kohath had cities of their coasts out of the tribe of Ephraim, and they gave unto them of the cities of refuge Shechem and Mount Ephraim with her suburbs. They gave also Gezer with her suburbs, and Jokmeam with her suburbs, and Beth Horon with her suburbs, and Ajalon with her suburbs, and Gath-Rimmon with her suburbs. And out of the half tribe of Manasseh, Aner with her suburbs, and Bileam with her suburbs, for the family of the remnant of the sons of Kohath. Unto the sons of Gershom were given out of the family of the half tribe of Manasseh, Golan and Bashan with her suburbs, and Ashtaroth with her suburbs. Out of the tribe of Issachar, Kadesh with her suburbs, Dabirath with her suburbs, and Ramoth with her suburbs, and Anam with her suburbs. And out of the tribe of Asher, Mashal with her suburbs, and Abdon with her suburbs, and Hukok with her suburbs, and Rehob with her suburbs. And out of the tribe of Naphtali, Kadesh in Galilee with her suburbs, and Hammon with her suburbs, and Kirjath-Tharim with her suburbs. Unto the rest of the children of Merari were given out of the tribe of Zebulun, Rimmon with her suburbs, Tabor with her suburbs, and on the other side, Jordan by Jericho, on the east side of Jordan, were given them out of the tribe of Reuben, Bezer in the wilderness with her suburbs, and Jazah with her suburbs, Kedemoth also with her suburbs, and Mephaath with her suburbs. And out of the tribe of Gad, Ramoth in Gilead with her suburbs, and Mahanaim with her suburbs, and Heshbon with her suburbs, and Jazer with her suburbs. Whew! Last chapter for today. 1 Chronicles chapter 7. Now the sons of Issachar were Tola and Puah, Jashub and Shimron, 4. And the sons of Tola, Uzi and Raphiah and Jariel and Jamiah and Jibsam and Shemuel, heads of their father's house, to wit, of Tola. They were valiant men of might in their generations, whose number was in the days of David 22,600. And the sons of Uzi, Izrahiah, the sons of Izrahiah, Michael and Obadiah and Joel, Ishiah, 5, all of them chief men. And with them by their generations after the house of their fathers were bands of soldiers for war, 36,000 men, for they had many wives and sons. And their brethren among all the families of Issachar were valiant men of might, reckoning all their genealogies, 7,000. The sons of Benjamin, Bela and Becher, and Jediael, 3. And the sons of Bela, Esbon, and Uzi, and Uziel, and Jeremoth, and Eri, 5. heads of the house of their fathers, mighty men of valor, and were reckoned by their genealogies 20,030 and 4. And the sons of Becher, Zimirah, and Joash, and Eleazar, and Elionai, and Omri, and Jerimoth, and Abiah, and Anathoth, and Alameth. All these are the sons of Becher. And the number of them after their genealogies, by their generations, heads of the house of their fathers, mighty men of valor, was 20,200. And the sons of Jediel, Bilhan, and the sons of Bilhan, Jeush, and Benjamin, and Ehud, and Chenana, and Zethan, and Tarshish, and Ahishahar. Sorry, y'all. I know I'm screwing some of these names up. And these are the sons of Jediel by the heads of their fathers, mighty men of valor, were 17,200 soldiers fit to go out for war and battle. Shupim also and Huppim, the children of and Husham, the sons of Aher. And the sons of Naphtali, Jaziel, and Guni, and Jezer, and Shalom, the sons of Bilhah. The sons of Manasseh, Ashriel, whom she bare, but his concubine, the Amorites, bare Machir, the father of Gilead. And Machir took to wife the sister of Huppim and Shupim, whose sister's name was Maacah, and the name of the second was Zelophehad, and Zelophehad had daughters. And Maacah, the wife of Machir, bare a son, and she called his name Peresh. The name of his brother was Sheresh, and his sons were Ulam and Rakim. And the sons of Ulam, Bedan. These were the sons of Gilead, the son of Machir, the son of Manasseh. Manasseh? Okay. And his sister Hameleketh bare Ishad and Abiezer and Mahalah. And the sons of Shemidah were Ahian and Shechem and Lichai and Aniam. And the sons of Ephraim, Shuthelah and Bered his son, and Tahath his son, and Eladah his son, and Tahath his son, and Zabad his son, and Shuthelah his son, and Ezer and Eliad, whom the men of Gath that were born in that land slew, because they came down to take away their cattle. And Ephraim their father mourned many days, and his brethren came to comfort him. And when he went into his wife, she conceived and bare a son, and called his name Beriah, because it went evil with his house. And his daughter was Shurah, who built Beth Horon, the nether and the upper, and Uzin Shirah. And Repha was his son, also Resheph, and Telah his son, and Tahan his son, Ladan his son, Amihud his son, Elishama his son, Nan his son, Jehoshua his son, and their possessions and habitations were Bethel and the towns thereof, and eastward Naran and westward Gezer, with the towns thereof, Shechem also the towns thereof, unto Gaza and the towns thereof, and by the borders of the children of Manasseh, Beth Shean and her towns, Tanakh and her towns, Megiddo and her towns, Dor and her towns, and these dwelt the children of Joseph, the sons of Israel. The sons of Asher, Imnah, and Isua, and Ishui, and Beriah, and Surah their sister. And the sons of Beriah, Heber, and Malchiel, who is the father of Berzavith. And Heber begat Japhlet, and Shomer, and Hotham, and Shua their sister. And the sons of Japhlet, Pesach, and Bimhal, and Ashvath. These are the children of Japhlet. And the sons of Shemer, Ahai, and Roga, and Jehuba, and Aram. And the sons of his brother Halem, Zophath, and Imnah, and Shelash, and Amal. And the sons of Zophah, Sua, and Harnefer, and Shual, and Beri, and Imrah, Bezer, and Had, and Shammah, and Shilshah, and Ithran, and Bera. Y'all know these black folk. Don't nobody reproduce like this but us. And the sons of Jether, Jephunneh, and Pispa and Ara. And the sons of Ulah, Ara, Haniel, and Rizah. All these were the children of Asher, heads of their father's house, choice and mighty men of valor, chief of the princes, and the number throughout the genealogy of them that were apt to war and to battle was 26,000 men. And that, my beautiful people, is our reading for today. I know I lose a lot of people when we go through the genealogies, just simply because a lot of people don't think it's important, but it truly is important the more you read it, because it better helps you to understand what's really going on. Yep, yeah, we reproduce like baby's kids. Well, and technically that's not right. The cartoon Bebe had a lot of kids. You know, so when you hear Bebe's kids, they think about the cartoon and automatically assume that they bad kids. Bebe was actually the mama, and she had like 1 billion kids. Those Bebe kids, 24, not 21. Okay, yep. So look like we're heading down that same road, Tara, ain't we? No, let me stop. Okay, y'all. So I hope y'all enjoyed the reading for today. If you missed the dream, go back and listen to it. It's at the very beginning. I take like the first, I don't even know how long I was, probably like 15, 20 minutes, because I gave you a background so you understand some things that were sticking out of my dream. That's what I said. I didn't know that I would have 6 kids, right? Okay, so with that being said, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and bless everybody. Remember, we're in their preparation. So as much as you can, be at home before the sun goes down. We got more to baby. Yeah, we do. Be at home before the sun goes down, so you and your household can just be obedient to Yahuwah's command by observing the Sabbath and keeping it set apart and rest. And you know what's crazy is everybody, if you're not essential workers or you being hard-headed. Pastor Brenda, I actually, this time around when I started over, I started reading from the KJV. Because, you know, we read the first time we used the Sefer, and not too many people had it, but I like the way it read. It reads like the KJV, but what it does, wait a minute, boo. For y'all that don't know, it replaces, it uses the original names of the cities and everything. But that's the difference between the Sefer, and plus the Sefer has the Apocrypha added in it. So, but I do still use my Sefer, but on the readings, just because I was getting so many questions and some people weren't able to afford, I was like, everybody has a KJV. So I just went back to using the KJV, Pastor Brenda. So that's what I'm reading from. I'm old faithful here. You can see how old this is. I don't know how I didn't had this Bible for so long. So with that being said, y'all, may Yahuwah bless us and keep us. May Yahuwah make his face to shine upon us and be gracious unto us. May Yahuwah lift up his countenance upon us and give us his peace. All right, y'all. I love y'all, and I will see you bright and early in the morning, and hopefully without all the noise of my children. So hopefully they'll still be asleep. Okay, baby girl, you can press it. All right, y'all. So I love y'all, and I'll see y'all in the morning. Oh, yeah, I got a Natsarim, too. Oh, hold on. Stop. Yeah, so Natsarim, it highlights some more truths and stuff and makes bold in here a lot of things that people tend to look over when they're reading. So it brings your what I say? That's right. I'm sorry, because tomorrow's the Sabbath. Yes, I'll see you bright and early Sunday morning. Thank you. So, but yeah, if you have a Natsarim, I talked about that the first time we were going through. So some of you actually got the Natsarim. Like I said, I like that too. But for the reading, I decided just to go back to the KJV, because it was a lot of people, even if they don't come on live, some people watch it afterwards and they're not sure what. If you listen, you can tell I'm reading from the Bible, but some of the names, the restored names, they weren't familiar with, so they would ask. And you know, they're selling a Sefer Bible for like $100 and everybody isn't able to afford it. So I was like, okay, once I get done with this, I'm gonna just go back and I'm gonna just strictly use the KJV, because most everybody has a KJV, or they have NIV or NLT or whatever, but they can. You get it. I just wanted to read something that everybody pretty much has. So I chose to go back with the KJV this time reading through. So, but yes. All right, y'all. I love you, and I see you Sunday morning. Rest well. Nope, she asked to press it. This right here. Finish. Peace.